So that's an obvious. There's a lot of people that don't like that. They just don't like it. And it's because you don't know the math yet. And I remember, I hated long division math, and I still do. It's a torture. All math is. There's only one math you can learn, and from there, all other equations. Music, learn music, and learn the right math. I mean, God, there's so many different ways to do all this shit. And when they start fucking torturing you with all of the different details, that's Satan fucking torturing you right there, babes. Why are we doing any of it in the first place? You know? Nobody knows really, and everybody's trying to be really smart by saying, well, they didn't teach us that in school. And what is that? Just the right math. Mm, couldn't wait to eat this orange. Oh, pardon my complexion. Usually I've always used this one face soap all my life. Well, whenever I have money, and just everything has changed. And now I'm thinking you can make a face wash with honey, coconut oil, baking soda, or salt. Salts can really, and the oils and the honey. I don't know what the honey would be for, but I think that there's a way to make. Now I'm one of these people that'll make these weird soaps. My friends have always given me these weird soaps. It's like, what the hell is this? But now that I'm going days and days, did I have a fucking purpose to this fucking video? I'm here to talk about the Aquarian age. And eat this orange in front of your face. Who knows if I'll die? But choking. But anyway, I wanted to talk about what's going to happen, what's going to like really be a necessity, and this is the end, man. This is the end for man. If they don't get this, um, it's just the end. So when Pluto goes into Aquarius, Pluto is really gonna test humanity. It's gonna kind of just destroy what isn't sound, what isn't the truth of humanity. Um, and it's really truth is related to God, and it's related to Pluto. It's related to that sign. So human beings are very complex, and a lot of people don't know that their own intelligence system. And so, which is love. Love is it. Love is the goal or the purpose. Everybody's like, I just want to know what my purpose is. Well, if you're an astrologer, you look at somebody's Venus and how it's all, and it's like you can kind of tell them the avenues with which they can go to cure up their own love ability. Because your purpose here is to love, period. As a human being, you might feel like you need to be fulfilled somehow, and you might have a mission to do, and you have a purpose. That is to love. Nobody knows what that is. Nobody knows what it is. But it's what makes everything work. People don't know that. People don't know that human beings are an expression of that potential, which is God's creation, which God is love. So let's get back to the Aquarian age, how Pluto, when it goes into Aquarius, how it's really going to test. And there's only one way to go, and that is to know love, know what love is about to do, know how love works. And everybody, like my last video, has this amazingly unrealistic view about how love is. That it's only gentle and it wouldn't hurt a fly. And it's like, And now that's just kind of lopsided and sugar coated. You can say it's gentle and wouldn't hurt a fly when it's necessary. But when it's not necessary and when it's time to turn up some heat, you bet love know how to do that. That's what Jesus was all about. And that woman, nobody would have noticed anything unless she was a woman. Who cares if a man loses his temper and gets all, like that? But no, she knew how to fucking turn it up. And when really kind people and loving people get angry, it changes things around. It changes things around. Not that we're supposed to use that all the time, um, but don't think that that's not what's going to happen. When Pluto goes into Aquarius and starts to weed out the unreal qualities that humanity is hanging on to, which is just about everything. Everything. Like I said in my beginning video of the other video that I'm going to tag onto this, that says you just are wanting the one-sided easy side, right? And you can expand and see how that both sides make it easier for us to know, not just the easy side that is included, that has two sides to it. And then, you just, like, everybody wants to think positive. You know what? Don't go there. Let's talk about reality and what we have to work with. The truth involves the truth of mind, and then what we are really capable of beyond that, beyond the mind, within reality, is a very unlimited place. And that's where we need to go. There is going to be a split. There is already a split, and I can feel it's vibrating now really hard. It's like, come on, you guys. We need to raise the frequency, man. Raise the vibration above the level of what the system trains you to look at. Like, when they already talk about math and how poor that is. There's just play music if you need to know any intuitively. If you need to know how to work anything, you play music and you just learn the fundamentals of it. You don't start playing like a Bach or a Chopin or anything, or you can get little better than me even, but very little. That's what happened to Einstein, and it opens his brain to all math, quantum physics, everything, in such a way that it makes sense. You don't sit there, unlike Einstein, you don't sit there doing math equations. You work things around you. You start to hear the tone of everything. Anyway, getting back to hearing the tone of everything, how that alivens up in people, and the people, this is where the separation is going to come out. So it's like some people are just upside down and backwards, period. You know, it's about taste, right? And it's okay. It's okay. There's so many different musics. But now it's like, well, is there diseases? Is there discomfort? Is there suffering? We don't need to have that. Who likes that? Who wants to be forever in discomfort or locked in hell, or isolated away, or just never knowing? Like, say you just never know music, or you never see a tree in bloom and know that it's going to have fruits, and just sitting underneath it and experiencing birds, things beyond your mind, really just let it go. And music is pointing at all of that. And so is the new age. So is Aquarius age. Aquarius deals with truths and science that works. How did it come here? It's a level of perfection that we can't ignore that exists. There are, there's certain shapes and sizes that we're going to discern here, and then there is no shape and size. There's people that don't care that there is a 360 degrees to the circle, and there's people that hold on to that, and they garden and they maintain truth, and you could just obviously see a difference. There's the split. It's going to be interesting to see how it happens, because I think that there's going to be a confusion that's inserted in, which is the non-human faction that doesn't want any of us to know any of this. They're like, no, don't get better at anything here. No, you guys all need to be. And so, yeah, set up the system so that people are calling the cops on each other and all this shit. It's going to be the weirdest, strangest fucking scene coming up. We've just begun. It's only just begun. because Pluto enters into Aquarius, and if you don't choose love and a higher mind about everything, everything has a lower mind to it, and then everything has a higher mind. It's time to go to the higher mind now. We've done enough of the lowercase shit. We already know that it could go that way and into shit. Why do you plan on it? Why? And how fucking dare you, man? There's people going, no, no, we make it better. And then there's healers, there's nurses. Well, guess what's going to happen? Healers are the leaders. Who are they? They are people that it's obvious that they the life that teams around them, the grace that the music that surrounds them is the sign that things are working and doing just fine. And you know, there is a lot of people that just shake their head to that. And you know what? This is where I stress that involves a split. We no longer are it's not no longer a mystery. You can have your fucking toxic wasteland over there where you don't feel uncomfortable with all of the healthy people that are dancing in harmony, and apparently nothing is going on at all for you toxic people over there that you need your synthetic fucking version of that. This is life. Fine. Fine. Let us be. No more mixing it up to where really the ones that want to just be are degraded. They're getting fucking pummeled and we're getting upset, and it's like it's not fair because you don't know better. Well, the Aquarius age, Pluto going through there is not going to let that blindness of mind happen anymore. The mind that is certain because it lives in fear and it's just been programmed that way. That's all. It's just been programmed through how? Abuse. Abuse. Poorly used. You're an instrument. You were to be tuned a certain way and sing a certain way, and you can be programmed a certain way. These are masters. You just have to be present. Be present with their physicality. A real life master. I mean, some of them are of this master soul, man, and they're just sitting there in what appears to be their diapers. And you ask them, is there life after death, master? And they say, you tell me. Think about this. Has there ever been life after now? You can't argue with the master because you'll be arguing with your most intelligent self. And if you can't get the peacefulness of the master and how simple that was, then you will recede off. Maybe you'll try to spit on the master and then leave. It's common. That's why he's wearing diapers. You just, I don't know, whatever. So then, no, it's because of a certain, who cares what people think, just wear anything. Anyway, you go off, you think you're done with that lesson. The master didn't know what he was talking about, but the master will show up in another form, even worse. Whatever it was that you denied about what? Have you ever seen life after now? You'll keep missing it. Somebody else will come. Did you see? Did you see what was happening? What was just happened just now? What happened? Well, I don't know. I guess where was I? You were in your dead mind. Your mind is dead. Somebody's gonna finally come up to say, where are you? Are you in the living dead? Are you the living dead or something? That's the guru that has coming next for the one who denies them. Just fucking think about it. Have you ever seen life after now? Have you ever seen life after now? How many narcissists have you ever fucking talked to where they try to shut you down? They try to, and then they'll try to they'll say let's stop this conversation. I'm like, well, I mentioned I always make sure because it always comes up. Well, let's just not talk about this anymore. And it's like, well, first of all, you wanted to talk about it, and you're not going to let anybody else have their own opinions. Really, it's the truth that smacks your fucking opinion around. Try the truth. You don't need an opinion, so when you don't have an opinion, no need to agree or disagree. I'm just the future. I'm just the future. It's like you're either on tune or you're off. You're either over there fucking with people who are still trying to tune their fucking instruments up, and you need therapy about it, and you need help, and there's a deeper meaning to it. See, now you're going to balance. You're going to want, you have to desire to sound good. You have to desire to just disappear. If you're an instrument, if you're a musician, you have to desire to just disappear. You're not really there. It's just now is a sound of pure harmony. You lost yourself. Whoops. What are you going to do? This is just not my thing. No, it isn't. Grab them fucking instruments away from them psychopaths, and even the fucking painting and the pens and pencils and all the TVs, cameras and stuff, and stop letting them fucking radiate it as being the only possibility there. Just put a split down the middle. Say, if you want your shit, you can have it. We're gonna have our heaven over here. There is hell, and there's heaven, and we will see it come. Come the Aquarius age, Pluto. Pluto is God and or Satan. Let's just see how that works. Go for God, babe. Go for God. Go for the truth. Go for the perfection that is happening now.